All right, today I'm going to show you how to change the lock actuator on your 2007 through, I don't know, 2011 Yukon Denali, Cadillac Escalade, ESV, regular Escalade, probably the EXT as well. I'm also guessing this will probably go back to older vehicles and newer vehicles. Dealer will charge you roughly $200 for the parts. I got them online for about $100 each. They quote an hour-and-a-half labor per door, so you're looking at probably, $150 per door. I'm a shade tree guy. I've never done this before on this vehicle. It took me about 30 minutes. So you can save yourself some serious cash, probably $200 at least, maybe $300 doing this yourself. Really easy, common problem, very easy to fix. So we're going to go ahead and start. I'll show you how to remove the door panel. Okay, here is the door open. I'm going to show you how to get the door panel off. As far as tools you need, let me show you what you need for the tools. As far as tools, you're going to need a T30 Torx Bit, which I have. My son is holding right here. That's a T30. Okay, so you're going to need a ratchet with an extension, 10 millimeter. You might also want a 10 millimeter deep socket. That's going to help you basically get to, there's 3 bolts on the door panel that hold it on. Once you get those 3 bolts on, it's pretty easy to take off. On the door panel itself, you'll see here on the lock actuator, there's a little clip here, okay? And on the door handle, there's another little clip here. You need to get a small screwdriver, and you're going to pry that open, and it's going to pull that off. Okay, so I'm going to take my small screwdriver, put it in this hole right here, and just pop this open. See, all that does is pop out like that, and it comes right off the lock. Okay. Likewise, over here, same thing. Pry that open. It's just going to pull that piece of that panel off. See, it exposes a screw. Now, there's another panel right here. Come on, closer. Bend down so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, another panel here. You're just going to pop that panel off, and it exposes your 2 other screws. Lastly, your window actuator, your up and down, just put your fingers under here, and you can just pop that puppy off. It just pops right off. Let me see. Last time I got it, it came right off. Let me get my little screwdriver. Just pry up right here. There. Pops right out, and there's a clip here. Unplug it, you're good to go. All right, so I'm going to put the camera away. I'm going to remove these 3 bolts. Bolt behind the door handle, 2 bolts by the pull to close the door. Okay, so I removed the three bolts. They're all the same length, so so you don't have to worry about sorting them into different packages. Let's go ahead and I'm going to loosen up. There's a video on the door right here. I'm going to loosen just the T30 bolts. Just loosen them. Okay, not disconnect them. Just loosen them for now. Okay, so now bolts out of the door panel. I'm going to pop the door panel off. It's just pushed on, so if you get your fingers under here, you can kind of just loosen it up, pull it out. You can hear it popping off. Put your hands around it. Now, once you get the bottom loose, it's going to pivot out. You're going to lift right here at the windowsill. There's a lip that holds it. It goes into. You just lift it up and off. Okay, Jaden. Go ahead and video in here and show them. Okay, inside here, put the camera all the way in. There's a clip that holds on the cable to the doorknob. Take your needle nose pliers. Needle nose pliers right here. Okay. Just squeeze that clip. You might have to rotate it around. Squeeze that clip. You're going to be able to pull it out. Pull that cable around. Pop it off the door. Door panel is off. Go ahead and sit to the side because you're done with that part. Alright, so here we have the door panel. The door panel is off. So you saw that was the cable for the lock mechanism right there. There is sound deadening material. You can kind of just pull it down and around because you need to get it into this area down here, okay, right in here. Everything else, don't worry about it. This yellow clip may be pushed into this hole. Just pry it out. You're going to replace this whole part, so it doesn't matter. This grommet that holds your your manual actuator, just take it out. Actually, you're going to put it back in when you're done. Put it in your seat or wherever. Okay, so right now this is where we're sitting. We've got everything exposed. Show you some other stuff in here in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and loosen up the rest of these 3 bolts, take those out. This is the new lock mechanism, the actuator. It's all one piece. There's your cable, there's your actually door lock. So it replaces the whole thing. See this piece here? There's a rod that's like the door lock actuator that snaps into there. So you're going to actually have to disconnect this from inside the door on the other one. After I get it out, I'll show it to you. So let me get the old one out, and then we'll take a look at it. Pause. See that purple clip? That's basically the clip that holds on the electrical connector. Underneath it, you see there's a little slot there. Put your screwdriver in that little slot, pry up, and that little electrical connector will pop right off. See that right there? Okay. So I've kind of wiggled the thing around. I got to get, this is the manual lock actuator. You just kind of twist it. It's going to pop right out of that hole. All right, so now that that's out, I should be able to take the lock mechanism down here lower, slide it around the door, and get it out. There we go. So let's step back. All right, so what I was talking about, it sits like this in the door. This is that piece I was talking about that it clamps around a little screw and holds on to it. You could just have to get in there with the screwdriver and pry it open to get that thing down. It just kind of holds there. So kind of, there you go. I think that's the one that goes to the, I don't know what that goes to. So there you go. We're out. Compare it to your parts that you're putting in. Make sure, oh, everything's the same, goes the same direction. So we're going to get it in, start putting it back in again. Pause. Okay, so installation is going to be reverse of removal. We'll get this in and then we'll take some more pictures. All right, go real quick. You videoing? Mm-hmm. This was that electrical connector, and I was talking about that little purple thing. This is that purple that you pry that up, and it basically pries it right off of the electrical connection. So I just wanted to show you that. Go ahead and pause. All right, so these bolts, I'm putting this back in. I'm only going to hand tighten them, but just kind of get it firmed up in the right position. So kind of hand tighten them here to get it in the right position. You can usually see by where the divots in the paint were, where it was located. Hand tight. Connected my wire, connected my cable to the door, clicked it in there. It goes in there. Okay. Now I'm going to put that rod in, which you'll be able to see it, because obviously when you take it off, you'll see how to get it back in there. You just have to reach your hand in there. And the new thing is a little different clip. Clips right on. All right, so it's roughly back in. Let me go ahead and put the door panel back on and start connecting stuff back up. Don't forget to put your grommet back on, or you'll be putting your door panel off to do it. So just put it back on there. Push it back on. Good to go. See, door locks. Make sure it's up. Good to go. So now I'm going to put my door panel back on, and then we'll come back in a second. Go ahead, Dean. All right, so I put my bolts back in, bolts on the door handle, put my covers back on. It's pretty easy. Just obviously reverse its removal. That one's on. This one, I'm going to go in the bottom first. Goes back on. This is clipped on already. You're going to put it down and push that back in. It basically holds onto that screwdriver. I've already tightened the torque bolt, the T30s. We're good to go. Get my key. Check it. Oh, look at that. Works. Close the door. Make sure my handle works. My indoor handle works. Make sure that works inside. Get the whole door, okay? Make sure my indoor handle works. Good to go. So, panel's back on. You just push it back on. Make sure you get that lip in there. So, a friend of mine believes that to say a penny saved is a penny earned. Actually, a penny saved is 2 pennies earned. Because if you have to pay somebody $300 to do this job, you have to make $600 to make up for that $300. Because you're paying $300 and then getting $300 back in your pocket. So, if you just did this for both doors, you probably saved yourself probably about $400. Took me about 25 minutes. Really super easy. I don't know why they charge an hour-and-a-half book time unless they're just padding it. Everything works, good to go. Again, Yukon, Suburban, Escalade, Denali. Denali is obviously Yukon. This will probably work on all of them. 2009, but that's 2007, probably through 2011. I seriously doubt they changed it much on the earlier models, 2003 to 2006. I actually seriously doubt they changed it much on newer ones. So pretty easy to do. I hope you enjoyed my first YouTube video, and I hope this helps you fix your car for yourself. Thank you.